if you could just
Economics, what is the honors?
Sir, economics honors.
And you have taken geography as subject, right?
Yes, sir.
Is it backfetching or any other that contributed to that?
No, sir. When I first came to preparation of civil services, sir, I first searched for guidance, and sir, in economics I didn't find any guidance. As for cracking civil services, you need certain guidance in optional subjects so that you can score good marks.
So where did you get the guidance on geography?
So geography from online classes.
So was it not available? Economics is more of a popular subject.
It's a more popular subject, sir, but I felt comfortable in geography because, sir, in optionals we need to study a little bit portion from post-graduation subjects. Sir, in economics I felt a little bit difficulty in pursuing those parts, so I decided to go for geography optional.
My colleague is more apt in economics. So let me start with a general question actually. So you are from BBSR University.
Yes, sir.
So now you must be knowing that there is a lot of debate going on changing of a name.
Yes, sir.
So me also, I am also a Pennsylvania. So that's really. So what's your view actually? Should we go for a change or let it be there because as it is existing for last 160 years almost? What's your view?
Sir, in this case, sir, there are two sides of the coin. So first is the Polish way. When Russia went away from Poland, they changed all the name of the churches, name of the places that Russia had already changed. And second part is from sir Indian point of view. For example, in Victoria Memorial, sir, we kept those names to inspire our young generations that from where we came up and from where and now where we are. Sir, if in my opinion, sir, changing the name of the university, sir, would actually signify and it will help the younger generation to know that.
Forget actually because you are a Ravenshavian, me also Ravenshavian. Just tell me, as a Ravenshavian, will you feel it? Okay, let it be changed, or still you attach some that memory, that all that sweetness that is there in the Ravenshavian?
Sir, a little bit emotion would be there, but for sir a larger point of view, sir, name should be changed.
So just cite the reasons actually, because anyway, a lot more are clamoring that no, we will not go for a change because already it brings so much of emotions and the name signifies so much. It's not a name, it's a brand, it's a.
Yes, sir.
So just cite the reasons why you say that yes, we will go for that, deleting the British legacy.
So its legacy suggests that it is a brand. So, but we have to come out of colonial mindset. We have to adopt our own means, and if we name.
You see, Soumya, the whole issue is when we are saying that we must do away with a colonial mindset.
Yes, sir.
Like for instance, when we talk of General Dyer, who was responsible for the massacre at Jallianwala Bagh. By no stretch of imagination, that name should be attached to anything.
Yes,
okay? Or even Lord Clive, because so those people who have been responsible for crime, for genocide, for wanton human rights violation, 100% those names, if they appear anywhere, must be obliterated, and we must get away from those sordid history.
Yes.
But if somebody has made some definitive contribution,
yes,
like for instance Fakir Mohan University at Balasore, where I studied. Fakir Mohan belonged to Balasore. He was a wonderful short story writer, so his name is there.
Yes, sir.
Okay? Revenshaw, by even Fakir Mohan Senapati in a very long article has mentioned how he was responsible for bringing college education to
yes,
Odisha,
sir.
and how he was responsible for Oriya as a language in
yes,
different
sir.
schools. And he also mentioned, Fakirmon mentioned, how he never lobbied for his name to be attached to the college. You know,
Yes, sir.
after he left only, the college was named after him. So, this is Fakirmon's writing.
Right.
Now, Fakirmon wanted a separate state for Odisha, along with Madhusudan Das and all. So they were responsible for real Odia Aspita. If you really want to look at Odia Aspita, it was separate state was because of these people. So, therefore, by common consent, he was responsible for bringing in, college education to Odisha. Because before that, the people from Odisha,
Sir.
they had to go either to Patna or to Calcutta for college education.
College education.
So therefore, if somebody's name is associated with a certain cause, it may not be a fair thing to remove that name because there is no stigma to him in promotion of education. Somebody can say no in terms of his role during famine. He could have done more. But in terms of education, nobody can say that his role was anyway not edifying. It was definitely a wonderful role that he played for bringing college education to bring college. So therefore, I don't think by any stretch of imagination we can say that we should do away with colonial legacy. We should bring in local names. So that's not a very fair call, and particularly for our university, which has been there for 150 years, which is a lot of history. So I think that may not be a very fair call. My request to you is that you are free to hold your opinion.
Yes, sir.
Hold your opinion, but I think in a public discourse, it has to be very matured and very logical. I may have personal opinion about Mr. Modi, which I can talk inside my own house.
Yes,
but supposing I have to talk about Mr. Modi in the public, I have to be very responsible. I have to be, if I make a statement either in favor or against, it has to be backed by, the short part I am trying to tell you is that the moment we try to denigrate somebody,
Yes, sir.
there must be some strong negative thing to support that. Otherwise, if we just try to wipe out our past, they say a country without a past has no future.
Yes,
has
sir.
no future.
Yes, sir.
There are some people who have done, like for instance, Lord Ripon was responsible for census. He was the first person who brought in census.
Yes, sir.
So people still think exceptionally highly of like for instance Annie Besant.
Yes, sir.
She was an Irish lady, but she is talked of with the greatest amount of reverence.
Yes, sir.
So supposing there is a school named after Annie Besant, we will say no, she is a British lady, so her name should be obliterated. That's not a fair call. What I am trying to say
Yes,
that when we are trying to do away with our past, we have to make a fine judgment call whether they made some positive contribution or they were a nuisance. They were a nuisance to Indian state or the natives in some way. Whether the contribution was negative, predominantly negative, or positive. I think is a so. But then this last thing would be that whether you are using it for a political purpose.
Yes.
Are you doing it for a political purpose? Are you going to try to get a political mileage out of this by chasing this thing so that also is extremely unfair, and particularly if there is a certain memory. So to change that memory, then tomorrow I'll say no, I don't agree with Mahatma Gandhi's views. So I should remove the name of Mahatma from every road. Every major road in Odisha, in India, is named after Mahatma Gandhi. You will say no. He was completely out of debt. Call a village and cottage industry has no meaning. So he believed in caste system. One can always say that he believed in caste system, Varna system. He has no relevance today. So then so for political purpose, I think we should not try to try to obliterate. I mean, this is for a consideration. You can still give your viewpoint. I mean, you are a free citizen of a free country. But as someone who has seen India for close to 70 years, I mean, you may consider this kind of a viewpoint.
Actually, what struck me actually, he just cited two things actually.
Yes, sir.
Say Jallianwala massacre actually.
Yes, sir.
And the Revenge case actually. That is the stand actually need to take actually.
Yes, sir.
Deleting something
Anybody who has some very repugnant contribution, negative contribution, 100% those names should be nowhere there.
Yes, sir.
Nowhere
Agree.
there. We should try to remove them.
Yes, sir.
Remove them. They are most despicable.
And another thing actually that strikes me actually now in retrospect actually, if people themselves actually at that time, we are not there actually to see what
are the conditions during that time.
So we are not there actually. Our own people had named it after his name. So changing the name itself, we will be actually
Going against our forefathers.
Against our own forefathers.
No,
Yes, sir.
Fakirmon Senapati himself.
Wrote.
Fakirmon Senapati will have no brief for heaven's sake.
Yes, sir.
ମାନେ ଫକୀରମୋହନ ସେନାପତି ଭଳିଆ ଲୋକ ଯିଏକି ଓଡ଼ିଆ ଅସ୍ମିତା ପାଇଁ କରୁଥିଲା, ସେ କ'ଣ କେବେ ତା ପାଇଁ ଦୀପକ ଲେଖିବ ଫ୍ୟାକ୍ଟ ନ ହେଇଥିବ? ତାକୁ ତ ରେଭେନ୍ସା ପଇସା ଦେଇନି କି ମୁଁ କରିନି ସେ।
If we believe that actually those people, those forefathers of ours actually had named it after him, now after say 160 years, after that many years, we are not the judge to say whether did it wrong or right. We are not.
But a political, we should not change a name A for a political purpose.
Yes, sir.
To score a political point, and B, wherever somebody had a definitive contribution, whether towards education, to culture,
Social sector.
social sector, or for social upliftment,
We should highlight that.
we should keep their memory. Not highlight, we should keep their memory. That memory should be a good memory for us. Why
that this ran of Kutch, Gujarat, that Himalayan tract are always vulnerable to earthquakes?
So because that comes under the zone of collision between Indian plate and the Eurasian plate. That is why, and it is still moving at a rate of 5 cm per year, as it is an active zone and collision between a continent where either of the plates are not going down. There are high incidence and high chances of earthquakes with great intensity.
So what is the Richter scale actually? What is that scale actually after which we say it's an earthquake or?
So there are two scales to measure earthquake. One is Richter scale, which measures the intensity, which measures the magnitude of earthquake, and another one is Mercalli scale, which measures the intensity of the earthquake. Yes, sir.
Why it is that actually the cause of the devastation in the center of the earthquake? Why lot of devastation takes place in the center of the earthquake? Why is it so?
Sir, devastation is generally related to population affected. As there are more population day by day increasing in the areas of Uttarakhand or Sikkim for tourism, for recreation purposes, sir, small incidents affect greater number of populations. So that is why it is making such more devastating results nowadays. And with passing of time, pressure on land is also increasing. For example, construction of roads, illegal minings, because we know Himalayas are rich in mines and government is not permitting because it will affect the isostasy of Himalayas. And people are traveling, and people going there for tourism purposes are also in a large number in a year. So, sir, in my view, a small change or a small earthquake can affect a large number of people there. So for this, now in today's time, we are seeing that much more devastating earthquakes are taking place.
Another question in geography. We get usually rainfall all over India actually during
Yes, sir.
monsoon, except Tamil Nadu actually for that matter. Why is it so actually?
Sir, it is related to the geography of Tamil Nadu. It comes in the leeward side of Western Ghat mountains. So the clouds reach in moisture. After crossing Western Ghats, they do not have much moisture left, to sprinkle on Tamil Nadu. So that is why it is the geography, it is the location of Tamil Nadu that is affecting its monsoonal pattern and its rain getting time.
But it get rainfall during December, January.
Yes, sir. It's good. It comes under the northeast monsoon. Retreating monsoon that brings a small amount of moisture from Bay of Bengal region and pours over Tamil Nadu region.
Since you have economics as your post-graduation, and
yes.
I happen to be a student of economics,
Yes, sir.
let me try my luck with you in economics. Okay? Now, tell me, what are the distinguishing features of the union budget? What are the few things that the budget is trying to do?
Sir, most distinguishing features that this year's union budget has come the space sector, nuclear sector, and semiconductor sector.
Okay.
First time we saw there is an allocation of 1000 crores towards the space sector, which has not happened earlier. Second, privatization of nuclear power plants.
Okay.
Small modular nuclear power plants are being given to private sectors so that we can go for a renewable source of energy. And third is allocating 16,000 crores for semiconductor industry.
Okay.
And
what is this ELI scheme that the government is trying to promote in this budget? ELI, not PLI. ELI. PLI was there earlier.
Yes.
ELI.
Sorry, sir.
Employment Linked Incentive Scheme. See, I think you need to go through the budget, union budget.
Yes, sir.
The first and foremost area of this budget, focus area of the budget has been creation of employment. 8 million people need to be employed every year.
Yes, sir.
So they have mooted a scheme called the ELI scheme, Employment Linked Incentive Scheme, which essentially means that if a private sector recruits somebody afresh, there would be a contribution from the government.
3,000 per month.
So they are also trying to
Okay,
so
sir.
don't rely on common sense.
Okay, sir.
Okay,
sir.
Gotela ELI scheme hela. Gotela SME ko, small and medium enterprises ko, there is a credit guarantee scheme. What is that credit guarantee scheme? What do you understand by credit guarantee scheme?
Sir, I remember a little bit about that.
No. तुम्हें मतलब concept बुझा. Because Soumya, you are facing somebody who was in the Indian Economic Service. Okay?
Yes, sir.
So तुम्हें टिके conceptually तुम्हें टिके ठीक रखो. What do you understand by credit guarantee? What does it mean? When government says I am going to give credit guarantee to SMEs, what does that mean?
Sir, it means supplying money that are
Supplying money to SMEs.
to SMEs that are in market.
Today, when the SMEs go for a loan,
Sir,
they do not have a collateral.
collateral.
So the government is saying that the SMEs can avail of loan where the government is standing as a guarantee. This is what is called credit guarantee scheme. Are you getting my point?
Yes, sir.
Say for instance, you are taking a mudra loan.
Yes, sir.
Now, more often than not, you may not have a collateral. You may not have land. You may not have matching gold. So therefore, one of the most important announcement in the budget is that we are trying to promote SMEs.
Yes, sir.
We are increasing the loan amount for mudra, and we are also saying there will be a credit guarantee scheme. And also, we are also trying to say that the ITIs, upgradation of ITIs, so that the skills can be better skills can be imparted. You mentioned about semiconductors. There is a scheme called a PLI. What is that PLI? What do you understand by PLI?
The production linked incentive.
Okay, what is the scheme like? What does it mean?
Sir, it means providing incentive in the production line.
Okay.
So,
Which are the sectors which are benefited from PLI?
sir, textiles sector,
Mobiles.
mobiles.
Sector.
sir.
Maximum benefit has been availed of by the mobile sector. Our export of mobile phones, because of the support to the semiconductor industry, has gone up by 4 times. This is the maximum. What do you understand by fiscal consolidation? Fiscal consolidation माने कौन? आमे कहूचे growth with fiscal consolidation. माने इकोनॉमिक स्टूडेंट है ना तो मुझे पचारिए कि growth with fiscal consolidation माने टा कौन? Fiscal consolidation माने कौन? बुझी पड़ो माने concept टा मत बुझे दियो.
Yes, sir.
मते गप दरकार नहीं. मते टिके कहि दियो growth with fiscal consolidation टा कौन? आमे वो तो कहि जे growth हबो कि ता संगे fiscal consolidation रहबो. ता माने कौन?
Sir, fiscal consolidation increasing exports over imports.
Fiscal consolidation माने I will cut down on deficits. जितने बेले हमें fiscal deficit को कमेवा और कंट्रोल रखिबा ता संगे ग्रोथ हबो सेटा कबे कहूचे ग्रोथ विथ फिस्कल कंसोलिडेशन. केते हमर फिस्कल डेफिसिट केते अछि बजट रे ए जो यूनियन बजट टी पढ़ा तको देखो तुम 100% तुम एमए करछो तुम इकोनॉमिक्स रे तुम देनो केते अछि
Sir, around 6%.
कि थवा 5.6% के कहि बता गोटा एउडा को तुम गोटा बेसिक डेटा ता ओडिसा बडर फिस्कल डेफिसिट केते
Sir, sorry sir, I'm not aware.
3.5 एउडा को सुनो तुम इकोनॉमिक्स स्टूडेंट तुम एमए करछो.
No, what is the difference between fiscal deficit and primary deficit?
So primary deficit is fiscal deficit minus interest to be paid.
So how much interest we are paying if you taken the total budget? What is the percentage we are paying as interest?
So 19% of the budget is we are paying in interest. Sir.
So if you consider the tax, non-tax, which are the non-tax revenue expenditure? What are the component come under non-tax revenue expenditure?
नॉन टैक्स रेवेन्यू रे कौन कौन कंपोनेंट्स अछि टैक्स और नॉन टैक्स है ना
Yes sir.
Non-tax
टैक्स और
revenue.
नॉन टैक्स कौन डिफरेंस टा कौन
So non-tax revenues are the interest payment that India is receiving on its loans
आओ
and profits
So,
from
capital.
PSUs.
सेटा also capital receipts हां नॉन टैक्स रेवेन्यू कौन को
Sir,
नॉन टैक्स रेवेन्यू
sir, non-tax revenue expenditure or on?
Expenditure first tell me, then from where we are getting that.
Sir, expenditure administrative cost.
अरे जो जितने गुडे सब डिविडेंड पाउचे
Yes sir.
from public sector from RBI that is a non tax revenue. All the fees that government is collecting, court fee, जितने सब services, all services which are being rendered by the government. एवढा का आसुची आपण non
Granting
tax.
it.
एवढा सब आसुची non tax आसुची. Tax रे कोण कोण आसुची मते कहले?
Sir, tax collection,
कौन कौन आसुची?
income
Tax
tax collection,
आओ
corporation tax collection,
आओ
and
आओ
and sir,
आउट এটা হলো ডাইরেক্ট ট্যাক্স है ना
yes sir, direct tax.
ଆଉ
This is-
ইনডাইরেক্ট ট্যাক্স রে কোন आसुची?
Sir, indirect tax is GST,
जीएसटी.
customs,
हां
excise,
हां एवढा
stamp duty.
So non-tax revenue expenditure four component: subsidies,
Subsidies.
okay, salary pension, defense expenditure. So you would have non-tax revenue expenditure.
Yes sir.
Okay.
Yes sir.
What is your opinion, sir? What is your opinion? Can we achieve 5 trillion economy?
पचर जस्ट पचर हां
Okay, 5 trillion economy by the targeted year 2027 or
27.
27. Is it possible?
Sir, it would be difficult,
नहीं
but
नहीं से बड़ा स्पेसिफिकली आंसर करो स्पेसिफिकली आंसर करो
Is it possible?
2027 रे आमे 5 एबे केते अछि
sir, 3.2 trillion.
3.6 ट्रिलियन डॉलर अछि ए 3.6 टा 27 सुधा 5 हेई परिबो की
Sir, it would,
तापर कहा पर डिपेंड करिवो
sir, depend on manufacturing sector.
नो ग्रोथ रेट ऑन द ग्रोथ रेट व्हाट इज द ग्रोth रेट नाउ
Sir, 8.5.
अरे 6.5 रु 7 होची तेणु तो किमते तमे सेई कथा से पचाउचे आमे बर्तन 6.5 रु 7 अराउंड 7 हमर ग्रोथ होची
What should be our growth rate to achieve that?
8%. तेणु सेटा होची गैप होची तेणु एई जिनसटा होची दिस इज प्रिसाइजली व्हाट इज आस्किंग
Okay, sir.
जदि हमें 8% will it be money growth or real growth
Sir, real growth.
real growth माने कोन
Sir, with growth with development.
कोन कहुचो तमे
Sorry,
सौम्या
sir. Sir,
it is
real growth
nominal
means
growth minus inflation
inflation, yes, sir.
कौन तमे कहू फसी 100% फसी हो रे
Yes, sir.
कि इकोनॉमिक्स लोग तो साइड से फसे दो से
What is the definition of poverty according to World Bank?
So, World Bank. Sorry, sir, I'm not aware of that.
What is the poverty rate, the amount as per the Tendulkar committee?
So, as per Tendulkar committee, the Tendulkar committee suggested 27 rupees for rural sector and 33 rupees for urban sector as a poverty estimation.
केते तर कैलोरी केते थिला व्हाट आर द कैलोरी ही वाज लुकिंग एट अर्बन एंड रूरल पे केते कैलोरी कोतला
Sir, rural sector 2700 calories and urban sector 2400 calories.
2400 अल रूरल 2100 अर्बन तो कोड सो फिगर सो पाउज सब तो पागल कर दो रे मते माने तो इमिति कॉन्फिडेंटली से 2007 अरे तेंदुलकर कांदी से ग्रेव रे कांदी 2400 होची रूरल 2100 अल अर्बन एटा माने तो 2700 400 कोड पड़े असले पता
Okay, sir.
तो उड़ीसा
देखो मौजी देखो ज्योग्राफी तो इलेक्ट्रिक मौजी यू लाइक इन इकोनॉमिक्स मतलब ए लागु छ तो रही पर थे जे तुमे ज्योग्राफी पढिले परीक्षा देलो सो प्रोबब्ली
ठीक है ब्रश अप करे
क्वेश्चन मेमोरी सो योर एलोकेंस एंड लिटिल बिट ऑफ क्लैरिटी ऑन ज्योग्राफी इज फाइन एक्चुअली व्हिच दे आर सम क्वेश्चंस
मोर भी से धारणा
but as far as economics goes actually I was just a onlooker actually you are fault माने गुड जिंस in terms of say knowing things say definition
Yes, sir.
just like मतलब जो ठीक है प्रश्न
गोटे तमे इकोनॉमिक्स रे
पढ़िया को कहूनी बट जेम जेम बजट कहूची बजट हैला
गोटे 100% इकोनॉमिक्स लोक बसियो
बस नो डाउट
आउ ए जो मेजर क्वेश्चन गोटे एफआरबीएम एक्ट अछि कोन से एक्ट कहले ठीक मते के
Sir, FRBM Act was brought in 2003 to because at that time India's BOP was and India's fiscal condition was not good. It was
कोन तक टारगेट थिला कोन तक टारगेट
sir revenue deficit of 60%, fiscal deficit should be
व्हाट तुम जाउ छ 2003 रे एफआरबीएम एक्ट हैला एक्ट रे कोन टारगेट हैला बाय 2008 हमर के फिस्कल डेफिसिट केते हबो
3%,
आउ रेवेन्यू डेफिसिट केते हबो
60%.
जीरो रेवेन्यू डेफिसिट वुड बी जीरो एंड 60 कोड असला 60 टोटल साइज ता
Debt to GDP ratio.
अरे बुझी पड़छ तो
Yes, sir.
3% हमर फिस्कल डेफिसिट हबो बाय 2008 एंड रेवेन्यू डेफिसिट विल कम डाउन टू
Zero.
रेवेन्यू डेफिसिट माने कोन व्हाट इज द डिफरेंस बिटवीन फिस्कल डेफिसिट एंड रेवेन्यू डेफिसिट
Sir, borrowing and
अरे
fiscal
फिस्कल डेफिसिट अला टोटल एक्सपेंडिचर माइनस टोटल रिसीट
excluding
revenue-
borrowings. Sorry, sir.
वो कथा सुना
Okay, sir.
फिस्कल डेफिसिट अला टोटल एक्सपेंडिचर माइनस टोटल रिसीट
Yes, sir.
रेवेन्यू डेफिसिट अला टोटल रेवेन्यू एक्सपेंडिचर माइनस टोटल रेवेन्यू रिसीट
Receipts.
और प्राइमरी डेफिसिट हला टोटल फिस्कल डेफिसिट माइनस इंटरेस्ट ए जो कांसेप्ट जो कहल तुम क्लियरली कहली यू बी वेरी वेरी क्लियर ऑन द कांसेप्ट्स ता नले तुम पछु मल्टीप्लायर माने कोन छी मल्टीप्लायर हाउ डू यू कैलकुलेट मल्टीप्लायर केन्स टोटल मल्टीप्लायर होने थिला बड़ा कोन से कर टी फार्मूला टा कहलो ठीक
Sorry, sir, I don't.
अरे एउडा कसो 1 by 1 माइनस एमपीसी की कहबो
सब इन द प्रोसेस ऑफ रीडिंग ज्योग्राफी यस पर
ना ना किमती पड़े मु तो पहिले 75 रे मोर एमए करछु मु
दैट इज व्हाट यू सी
I have done MA in economics in 1975 sir मु 25 वर्ष प्लस 49 years back I did my economics तबे मते फसे दी परियो जमा I am not exaggerating
Yes, sir.
की पढ़ी जो ब्रश अप करो
Okay, sir.
हो ठीक अछि जा ब्रश अप करो ठीक है को तुम एनीथिंग यू वांट एल्स यू वांट टू आस्क मी
Sir, economics, sir.
इकोनॉमिक्स से सुना मो कथा तुम यू आर ए ब्राइट गाय यू आर एन एक्सट्रीमली ब्राइट गाय ओके
Sir.
तो एलोकेंस ठीक लेक्चर
सुना तुम्हें यू आर ए ब्राइट गाय
Sir.
you have a mind of your own. Three things you remember. One is when controversial questions are given, give a very balanced and reasonable reply. Okay, don't give a reply off the cuff, you know, which gives an impression that you are ideologically driven or you are, so that never give that, because you know we are supposed to be apolitical in bureaucracy. That's not one. तब economics से ओडिशा budget देखे दियो, आओ इंडिया budget देखे दियो, खाली major features को देखे दियो, से जो थर्ड हला जते करंट इवेंट्स होची ई वर्क ऑफ अमेंडमेंट बिल हला कि
इनकम सिविल कोड
हला एगुड़ा का सब जते सब नुआ नुआ सब अच्छी सब आपनकर करंट इवेंट्स से चलीची सेउड़ा टिके देखि दियो ताहे तमे यू विल हैव नो डिफिकल्टी एट ऑल जिन तो हेमा कमिटी उठे चलची कौन से हेमा कमिटी मत क्वालिटी कौन हेमा कमिटी
Sir, HEMA committee is related to casting couch
casting
in Malayalam industry.
Acha. Tell me what is the very good answer. What is the prevailing law to preempt offences against women in public place? What is the present law?
Sir, can you please repeat your question?
See, what is the present legal provision
Sir.
for prevention of sexual harassment of women in public place?
Sir, first legal provision is under the BISAKA guidelines.
क्या बेहतला?
Sir, BISAKA guideline 2013.
BISA guideline था 1997
1997 case.
1997 रे BISA guideline government दिला. ता ऊपर act हला 2013 रे. Prevention of sexual harassment of women
At
in
workplace.
At workplace. That is the 2013. किंतु guideline टा था 97 रे. सेटा की तार guideline रे की head करथिला तार की करथिला जस्टिस वर्मा.
Justice.
देखो काहे जोड़ा पचार चीज जोड़ा का सब बहुत hot cases अच्छी. The moment they know that you are a good student,
Yes, sir.
they will try to probe further. तो मैं खाली BISA guideline कह दो जी कह पर जेएस वर्मा तार चेयरमैन थिला से जानो जे रे प्लेटा बहुत थरो अछि.
Yes, sir.
आर यू गेटिंग माय पॉइंट?
Oh, yes, sir.
माने समस्त हम गोटे करंट इवेंट रे केते डीप रे की प्लेटा जाई छि भलो पर्टिकुलर भलो पिला हमें प्रोब करू. भलो पिला माने ओटे प्रोब करू. से तो मार्क तो पड़ला.
ठीक अछि सर
भलो अछि. तो भलो अछि पाइ जो तमे तो पाइ जो तो टे इकोनॉमिक्स तो टे टाइपिंग क्वालिटी है.
Okay, sir. Sure, sir.
तब इकोनॉमिक्स टी टाइपिंग करो तो और बाकी रे किछ असुविधा नहीं. अगेन आई एम टेलिंग यू तमे जदि टिके लोअर पोजीशन आसीबो इट विल बी बिकॉज ऑफ योर डिफिकल्टी इन इकोनॉमिक्स नॉल तमे ऊपर बहुत ऊपर पोजीशन पाइबो.
Okay, sir.
ओके ऑल द बेस्ट बेटा.
भलो इलेक्ट्रिक्स
नहीं नहीं, ही इज अ वेरी ब्राइट गाय.
very forceful.
ही इज अ वेरी ब्राइट गाय. सेम वो सामने रे पड़ी गला तो इकोनॉमिक्स रे से किंतु बेसिक कांसेप्ट्स रे मो पखरे पड़े रे किछ नहीं.
Sir, you told the correct thing that in the board there will be one economics guy.
हाँ से किछ नहीं. तमे सब सुनो तमे मो कथा as your well-wisher
Yes, sir.
and as somebody who has appeared in several interview boards,
Yes,
and I have also been part of several boards. आमे गोटे conceptual clarity तमे पाई सरछ न ऑलरेडी. तमे written पाई सरछ तुमको written देखिए तुमको कहे तमे कोन केम गोटे अवेयरनेस अछि तमे conceptual clarity कोन अछि एटा टिके हमें देखि.
Okay, sir.
जते एफआरपी एक्ट तुम सांगे से 2003 कह देलो किंतु एफडी रेवेन्यू डेफिसिट कथा पछादिल तमे मडखाई गलो.
Yes, sir.
जिनसे पचारवा सांगे कोनटा प्राइमरी डेफिसिट कोन माने से जो conceptual कथा उडा टिके ब्रश अप करते.
Okay, sir.
ऑल द बेस्ट ऑल द बेस्ट.
Okay, sir.
तो
Thank you.
तबे पाइबो किछ असुविधा नहीं. तबे भलो पोजीशन पे मो कथा टी सुनिबो ठीक है.
Okay, sir. Sure, sir.
तो से बुढाटा गोटे बहुत खेच हला आ के तो सेटा मन रखी ते पढी दबो ताल तमे ऊपर चलना.
Sir, my interview is on 27 September.
हाँ
And 10 days are there, sir. I will sure work
हाँ
on
हाँ, you can
economics.
call me up anytime also if you want anything in economics in particular. You can call me up. Several students are calling me up. वो बहुत पिला 10टा 12टा पिला मते फोन करचुंती. तो पछे इकोनॉमिक्स से पछे.
Okay, sir.
इकोनॉमिक्स से मते जहाँ पछे था पछे.
Okay, sir.
ठीक है सर.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
आयो.
Thank you, sir.